again, welcome back to the channel. Now, if you don't know how this works, basically I set myself a goal that every single week I would talk about the Southampton FC match. And last week, if you want to check it out, it was somewhere on the channel. If I can remember, I'll put a link in the description. Was against Burnley, where we drew 0-0. It was definitely the most boring game of the Premier League week. However, this game was a lot more interesting. It was against Everton at Goodison Park, and if you watched last video, you'll notice that I spent basically the whole time trying my best to talk about the game in accordance to its own runtime. However, in this video, I feel like I don't need to do that because a lot more happened in this game. There's stuff I need to give my opinions on rather than just describe what happened. Yeah, if you didn't know, spoilers, and it's written in the title anyway, Saints lost this game 2-1 against Everton, and my basic thoughts on it were we didn't deserve to win. We probably didn't even deserve to draw. Everton were fantastic to play against. They're a really, really solid looking Everton team this year. I'm quite excited. I've always kind of liked Everton. Not last season though, after their 96th minute equaliser when there was only 4 minutes added. That was a bit annoying for me. But yeah, they played really well in this game. So if we start things off, last game Saints played in a 5 at the back formation for the majority of the game, and then the last 20 minutes they skipped to a 4-4-2 in order to get more attacking play forward, and it really worked. We nearly won the game on multiple occasions. So this game against Everton we started with 4-4-2. Now, it meant we got Ward-Prowse back in the starting lineup, which is quite interesting. He's made loads and loads of substitute appearances, but hasn't started in a while. We also started Ings, which was really nice to see. Austin up front, but we didn't play Vestergaard. I think he was ill or something like that. Now, the thing I can say about starting this 4-4-2 was very brave. We've only seen it work once. That was last week, and we didn't even get a win from playing it. So I feel like starting in that sense with that formation was quite a risky move, and I know it's worth a try. It's the early season. We need to be trying new things to try and win games or get anything from a game, but I think that was our downfall. Especially at the start, it didn't seem like a formation we were fluid enough to play and used enough. We're not used to playing that style. We're normally used to having 5 at the back. We have the 2 wing backs, Bertrand and Cedric, who can just keep running and keep running, but now they're staying further back because they can't use that wide space as well, because we need to have more people at the back, basically. And that showed. We really struggled at the back. We turned into a horrifically rushed, fouling team. That is not what Southampton is. We've never been a team that goes in for crunching tackles. I don't know if Hughes is trying to increase the tackling ferocity of our players, but it's definitely not a style of play that we're used to. And as a result, I mean, I think 3 of our back 4 got yellow cards in the game, and a number of our midfielders, I'm pretty sure. It wasn't a very nice thing to watch in the first half, right at the start. I mean, there were so many fouls and so many free kicks for Everton. It was ridiculous. And obviously, from one of those free kicks, they scored. And it was a really good goal. Don't get me wrong. Really well-practiced free kick. But we cannot be allowing Walcott that space. Walcott is an insanely clever, fast, nimble, agile player. And the ease with which he's able to shrug off a big defender was too easy. It was too easy, and don't get me wrong, it was a really good goal. I'm not saying that it was an easy goal by any means, but we definitely should have been able to contain Walcott better. But yeah, it was a great goal, and the star of the match was probably Richarlison. I also like the look of Sigurdsson, but Richarlison looked incredible, and that really, he was basically impossible to deal with without fouling him, and that's where most of the free kicks came from, I think, was Richarlison trying to plough through our defence, and our defence just saying, well, if we can't get the ball, we might as well take the man, and that's not a good way to play. Now, Richarlison made it 2-0 inside the first half as well, and yeah, I have a big opinion about this goal. why on earth do we have Cedric, who was... I don't know how tall Cedric is, but he's not tall, marking Richarlison, who's one of the tallest players on the pitch. Why we have Cedric having to cover for the centre back when the centre back should be watching that run in and getting in front of Richarlison, and instead you've got this tiny little Cedric trying his best to keep up with him and he can't do it. And then Richarlison gets an easy header. You shouldn't have Cedric versus Richarlison. It's stupid. That's not how it works. It's not how you defend properly. So I was very cross with that goal. I thought it was quite soft. It was a good cross by Walcott. The header was pretty weak, but the fact that Cedric was the one marking him meant it went in. Basically, there was nothing to put him off that header, as kind of uncontrolled as the header was. It was just a bit soft in my opinion. And don't get me wrong, I don't think Southampton had a bad game, but I think we struggled so much with getting used to this new formation. Really, really not great. And it basically stayed in the first half, especially. Everton seemed to be on the front foot for most of the game. Southampton did have a couple of chances though, and albeit denied by an incredible save by Jordan Pickford. When I was watching the match, the commentators didn't realise that what Pickford did was a save. They thought that Ings missed from 2 yards out. Let me tell you, Ings does not miss from 2 yards out. That was the most incredible save I've seen, and it's probably going to be one of the best saves all season, if not the best. It was absolutely incredible, and it didn't get any. It hardly got any looks in on Match of the Day and such. And I was really surprised by that because it was amazing. I mean, it was Pickford's error at first, but then he made up for it in such a good way. So props to Pickford. Like, after the World Cup, he did really, really well. It's good to see him continuing that form. I do think Ings should have scored, but I mean, I also think it was unlucky. The hand that Pickford got was just enough to hit it into the bar. It could have just, it could have just crept under the bar. Please, please, footballing gods, do something good for me. And that was it. Basically, I'm not really going to talk about the other things that happened in the match. There were just two other things I want to talk about. First of all, was that Ings got a goal in the second half. That was quite early on, actually, so we did have a bit of time to be on the front foot and try and get something out of the game, which we unfortunately couldn't do. But to see Ings get a goal, he was in the perfect position, a really, really, really clever corner. Lamina has looked extremely dangerous from crosses, and from corners especially, he always is at that front post, trying to flick it on, and it worked brilliantly here. I don't know who was marking Lamina in this situation, but Lamina did amazingly well to flick it, where Ings literally had no one around him. I don't know what Everton were doing in that instance. You can't leave Ings alone in the 6-yard box, and he just places it home, and it was a decent goal, a good move, a good corner technique by Southampton, and it's a shame because more play like that, and we could have gotten something out of the game. But apart from that, there's one more thing to talk about, and that is Jordan Pickford. I said that his save was absolutely incredible. However, he should have been red carded. And it's been very much in debate whether or not Pickford should have been at least carded, let alone red carded. And in my opinion, I would like to see some retrospective or retroactive stuff, like a retrospective ban, something like that. I'd like to see some action, because if you look at the replays of basically what happened, there was a long ball over the top, which Pickford comes out of his area to clear, which he kind of does a scissor kick in midair and smashes the ball out, which Ings is attacking at that point. And when you watch it in slow-mo from the replays, you can see how Pickford leaves his leg studs up in the air into Ings' back, and then even flicks his foot towards Ings as Ings is moving away from him. The result was the back of Ings' shirt got completely torn to shreds, and there's not deep cuts, but there are really clear stud marks scratched across Ings' lower back. And watching the replay and seeing how blatantly long Pickford leaves his foot in the air for, and then the flick of his foot towards Ings as Ings is going further away, I think is stupid. And obviously it's hard for the referee to see that in real time. But retrospectively, I think there should be some warning at the very least issued, or at least some some clarification by the Premier League that yes, if this had been seen, it would have been a foul. It's quite a bad thing, and like, don't get me wrong, I do like Pickford, but I don't know what he was doing. I'm guessing he was just annoyed by Ings, because Ings did look dangerous all game. But yeah, it was just a kind of a shit way to end the match, or the shit way to be the last highlight of the match was that horrific challenge. In my opinion, horrific challenge. But yeah, Saints lost 2-1. It's not the best, but obviously there's nothing we can do about it now. We just got to look forward to next week, or this week as I'm recording this. So yeah, we're going to be playing at home. I'm going to be playing against Leicester. Now, here's the exciting news. I actually have a ticket to go and watch that game because my dad's gone to France, so I have his season ticket to go and watch it. I don't normally watch Saints games in person because I'm at uni in Wales, so I'm quite far away. But I've been treated to this one. I'm going to go with Dad's brother and his wife, Jim and Karen. They're fantastically big, enormous Southampton fans, so it'd be fun going with them. I'm not sure whether we'll do any good. Leicester have looked a bit up and down. They won't have Vardy, which is quite a big thing for us, because yeah, he got a red card stupidly. I don't know why he did the challenge that he did last week, but I'm taking it. But yeah, it's gonna be good, and I'm looking forward to it. Now I'm going to wrap up the video, so let me know what your opinions were on the Everton versus Southampton game. Let me know if you think Pickford should have been sent off, if you think it was alright, if you were impressed by Ings, because I especially was. I don't think we deserved a win, and probably not a draw, so I'm not saying that I'm not bitter of the result, because yeah, Everton played fantastically, especially in the first half. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys next week for my rundown of Southampton versus Leicester at St Mary's. So see you then, and have a good day. Peace.